Now that we've had a good rest inside the dungeon, the labyrinthine of Od Nua, below Od Nua, we're in the first level. We just fought off a lot of worms and Xaurips. Well, I've woken up and I like to read. So, House Domino. What can be said about House Domino that isn't whispered fearfully in the back room over the dim light of a dying fire in fear that the wrong set of ears will hear it? The Domino history is colorful and violent, exciting and more than a little bloody. The Dominos were a small Adairan family that dealt almost exclusively in textiles. They made a modest living, slowly gaining a reputation for having high-quality product. This reputation earned them connections, business, social, and sometimes martial, that solidified their position as the premier family of the region. If you wanted access to anyone, the Dominos were the way to do it. Soon, every city had a business that was owned, at least in part, by the Dominos. Their power and influence grew until many said that the family had more power than even the Firkonig of Ader. But with the power that came the corruption. One cannot have the level of control and expect to keep it through strictly legal means. Soon rumors were spreading of threats and extortion, though it cannot be proven. The unofficial report is that the Dominos were responsible for the death of Trendig Bernwigger, which left his entire shipping empire in the hands of his wife, Udel Domino Bernwigger. With their hold on the land practically secure, the Dominos no longer stuck to the shadows, brazenly eliminated opponents, manipulating deals, and threatening anyone who might cause them a problem. Because they now dominated the trade route, no one dared oppose them anymore for fear of their business would be strangled. Like most empires, though, not even theirs would last forever. The end came during the War of Defiance. Unlike most of the land, the Dominos threw in with the Adir instead of the Adamith Hadrit. After the defeat of the Empire and the destruction wrought on the land during the war, not even the Dominos could rebuild what they had. And having history show them on the wrong side of the war, no one would touch the name. The domain that took years to build crumbled in mere months. Today, the Dominos have once again built a name for themselves, proving they are still capable and savvy business people. Rumors about the family still circulate, though. Word is members of the family are striving to lift the family from its current obscurity and elevate it to the level of power it once held. Interesting history. Mostly that one's in the Adir Empire, which is where my ancestors came from in the north. I did travel for a time. I'm very familiar with their customs and ways. More Xaurips. And Worm. Well, I'm feeling a lot better, so let's take these on. Ooh. 3 worms, 3 Xaurips. This is a lot more than I thought there'd be. Oh, I'm down already. One Xaurip is down. Oh, no, it's not, actually. Kill him.
How mad?
Stuck over here.
Hi?
Leap! Give it to me!
Hi?
Get moved. Lava beyond seek.
Try it again, you caitiff!
You'll fight on, my friends! We'll stand still!
Lava beyond seek.
The bastard! Through that one!
We'll remain Ansaru!
Lava beyond seek.
Following your lead. Following your lead.
Lava beyond seek. Lava beyond seek.
Aye?
Oh, that could have gone a lot better.
Sure.
We prevailed. Thankfully to Kana and Aloth. It's a little embarrassing. Didn't expect there to be so many there. Perhaps I should have snuck in first.
Ourselves.
Well, we can't handle another big fight like that again. Not for a while, at least. Some nice medium armor. Oh. Now, what is this? A feeding room? There's a Xaurips skirmisher over there. And the Xaurips priest. Don't want to get too close. Well, we could try it, or we might have to go rest again. Everybody get together here. Aloth is pretty spent.
What?
This is not good. Well, let's see if we can do it.
Sure.
Not a good idea. There's too many of them there. Sacrificial pit. That's interesting. Well, we can go around all that. Hopefully. Or maybe we can't. The trap was on the other side. It's either that way or no way. Well. We're not that far down. Let's go and rest and then return. We've returned from resting. Let's see what these Xaurips want. What they're doing here. This is right below my keep, for crying out loud. So many of them, and they have worms with them too. Xaurip High Priest. Stepping into this chamber, you are assailed by a cacophony of screeches, growls, and barks. Blood-splattered Xaurips dance in frenetic, leaping motions. To one side, a Xaurip plunges his hands into a bucket teeming with blood to daub patterns onto others eager to join the rites. At the far end of the room, one Xaurip, wearing the long skull of a young drake and vibrant feathers, shakes a staff towards the gathered Xaurips, screeching and clicking. The High Priest suddenly raises the staff above his head, shrieking with renewed vigor. He swings the staff downward to point at the pit and then at you. I'm not sure I like that suggestion. So he wants us to go down there. I don't think so. This is so many of them. Well, a lot of them are smaller ones. Let's try to keep them bottlenecked. There's so many. Oh, they're behind me. Skeletons should help. One's dead. Get after this one.
Isn't doing the job. Keep it, mate.
Make up.
Focus on the skirmishers.
Yeah.
One skirmisher's down. There's another skirmisher left, then there's these two worms here, and then there's their high priest.
Kinda stuck over here. Lava will be on seek.
Second skirmisher's down. The high priest is down.
Through that one!
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
One left. We've dealt with this like pros. I'm impressed. Turn back?
Sure.
What are they saying? There is only death upon the endless paths. Well, it wasn't always Xorp controlled. A lot of weapons here. Take some of their ears. Can you heal
On
up
your
our
word.
priest if you don't mind, Kana? Oops. That would seem to be it.
Huh?
What a battle. That was one of the toughest ones of my life. But we prevailed. The blood spilled from this bucket seems to have eaten into the stone. The rope tied to the bucket looks long enough to descend into the pit. Is that really where we must go? There's stairs going down already. We have to go into this pit. This bucket is filled with blood and gives off an acrid stench. You recognize it as Maka's tears. A powerful poison. That's what they've been using. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know about going down there. It Seems
Yes?
a little insane to me. Well, we stopped the Xaurips, at least on this side. I don't know if they're on the other side, but this is trap. Maybe not even they can avoid that. I'm not sure what to do. I can have a look. This wide pit descends into a grim darkness. You hear the whistling howl of wind, and from time to time hot gusts of air tug at your clothing. Examine the pit. The chasm appears to have been dug out with tools rather than being a natural formation. It seems to be very deep, but you cannot see the bottom to gauge the distance. This could lead all the way down to the so-called master at the bottom of the Od Nua. Jump into the pit. That's not an option I want to. How about my grappling hook? Let's use it to descend into the pit. You take a grappling hook from your pack and tie it off neatly around one of the heavy stone blocks surrounding the pit. A few hard tugs suggest that the rope will hold fast. Keeping a firm hold on the rope, you begin your descent into the darkness. Soon the edge of the pit is far above your head, and you can hear only the creak of the rope and your own breaths. Soon enough, however, you see another source of light. Far below, past the dangling end of the rope, you can see a dimly lit room, at the center of which is a circular stone pool. The pool is filled with blood, and even at this distance you can pick out various limbs and mangled bodies, largely Xaurup in nature. The tunnel bored into the stone ends away above the chamber below, and your rope extends no further. Oh, I must be crazy. We gotta find out what's down here. Jump down into the blood pool. Bracing yourself for the landing, you loosen your hold, dropping down the remaining distance to land within the pool of blood with a noisy splash. The thick, murky waters hinder your swimming, threatening to pull you down into the unseen depths of this grim pit. But at last you crest the surface and pull yourself up over the brim to find yourself at the edge of a reeking, sludgy mixture of body of blood and limbs. I just hope we can find our way out. We're not that skilled to be traversing to the depths of the world and fighting mighty gods and whatever other fiendish creatures exist down here. His corpse is draped over the edge of the pool, is contorted in the throes of what must have been his final agony. Rotting skeletal hands still clutch towards his throat. Lovely. Limbs and organs bob in the mire of blood and gristle. The carnage stirs with the occasional gust of wind from the tunnel above. I'm sorry, guys. I know it was a little crazy for me to come down here.
Sure.
They're practicing rituals right underneath the keep. Copper panned. More Xaurup corpse. Well, hopefully we'll be able to find our way out easily enough.
Keeping quiet.
I don't know if there's any alive Xaurups down here, but it looks like somebody at some point was using this for something. It's a desk. What's this note say? Expedition log page. This appears to be a page torn from some larger text. Seja did not make it. I know Merrick tried his best. No point in turning back now. That's what Merrick is saying. I think the point is leaving these ruins alive. We have lost half of our people already. I am not sure how we are meant to survive this place, especially with Seja gone. The gods were kind to let us find what's that study and the books there. Those tombs would fetch a good price in and of themselves. We don't need to go any further. But that seal has stirred his blood. He sure will find more Anguithan relics below. Every step takes us further from a guaranteed haul and deeper into unknown territory. I don't know what madness has gripped him. I cannot stop thinking about Edriga, the way seems she screamed.
Worth a look.
Ooh, trap. See if I can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't disarm it. At least we can move around this, though. It's the way of things down here. Another trap. See if I can at least try to disarm this.
Finished. Finished.
Damn.
Finished. Worth a look.
Xaurup, another trap. These are really difficult. I don't know, I may have made a mistake coming down here. Perhaps we could pull these Xaurups into the traps. That might be an idea.
Hey, course.
How many are in this room? These are tougher ones, bigger ones. And they're mixed with the skirmishers. I think this is too dangerous. We've come into the wrong area. I guess we're just gonna have to tough it out down here. There's no way to go back up.